He's been called a saint, a sinner, a prophet, a senator, a presidential contender. He's Rick Santorum, the subject of tonight's PTV True Washington Story.
$100 by the film goes up in flames as expected.
On April 7, 2003, Santorum gave the Associated Press an interview on the Supreme Court and the so-called right to privacy. Santorum predicted that if the Supreme Court found that homosexuals had a right to privacy in their own bedrooms, the inevitable outcome would be, quote, man-on-dog sex. Like an Old Testament prophet, Santorum's words foretold the future with chilling precision. On June 26, 2003, the Supreme Court found, incredibly, that Americans do have a right to privacy in their own bedrooms. The very next day, in dog parks, kennel clubs, and doggy daycare across the USA, all hell broke loose. Today, despite Rick's prophecies, visions, and strong leadership, he faces the political fight of his life from Democratic pitbull Bob Casey Jr. Struggling to reach 40% in the polls, Rick increasingly looks as invincible as a chihuahua, his political career seemingly on the verge of screwing the pooch. Tune in next time for the PTV True Washington Story of the woman who would be Florida's next senator, Katherine Harris.
Today was such an incredible day. It was a historic day because one woman launched a United States Senate campaign and another woman successfully piloted the shuttle launch back to Earth.
She's been a prom queen, an heiress, an elections cop, a partisan hack, and a heavy user of cosmetics. She is Katherine Harris, the subject of tonight's PTV True Washington Story.
$100 by the film goes up in flames as expected.
November 2000. The presidency hangs in the balance. Would the first president of the 21st century be Al Gore, or would it be George W. Bush?
That's pretty humorous.
As Florida's top elections official, Katherine Harris was the woman to ensure that the voters would decide. Except that she didn't. With Bush leading Gore by as few as 300 votes, Harris decided bureaucratic deadlines were more important than the constitutional right to vote.
Your request for filing an amended certification after 5 p.m. today is denied.
She shut down Florida's vote recount and handed the presidency to George W. Bush.
Secretary Cheney and I are honored and humbled to have won the state of Florida, which gives us the needed electoral votes to win the election.
It was enough to make a Latin American dictator blush.